All right. Hello, Hawkins. We are with Basic Computing 608. It's a vocational subject. And the last chapter is really, really exciting. So, what do you think about Olympics? Well, I'm not talking about general Olympics. I'm talking about, say, Paralympics. Have you seen how athletes who are disabled and the way they work? No, the fastest man in the world may not be a Usain Bolt. It's someone on a wheelchair. This is what the crux of chapter 12 is all about. The crux of chapter 12 is what we call assistive technology for differently disabled, is the word we use, or differently abled people. That is what we use now. We don't use the word as a mentally challenged person. We say a special person or a special child. So this particular chapter is a very short chapter, and hopefully I can take you to some of the pointers of this chapter 12, which is exactly what the word says. What is assistive technology? Today, we are so blessed. The very simple fact that you and I can just go around, walk free, see, hear. The differently able people cannot do that. So, in short, we learn about what a disability is and what are the software tools that can help them overcome disability. So, what is a disabled person or differently able person? So, assistive technology is the form of hardware or software that helps people with disability who require assistance to perform their tasks. For example, someone with low vision may have problem in just seeing the spelling. You can't read something on the board. You are getting help for that. There are computers with large keyboards. There's so many available technology, from hearing aids, cognitive devices, everything related to software, brain development, page turner, read aloud, text to speech software, toys. This is what we will be learning. In fact, in the end, I will show you a beautiful picture which will summarize everything I'm going to teach you today. So remember, there is actually this whole technology basically is a bridge between person with disability to ICT, information and communication technology. So this is what we are learning in our class today. What are disabilities? There are two basic disabilities. Physical disability, like someone who's blind, cannot hear, vision impairment is what we call. Or more seriously, there's a mental disability. You can't immediately know, but you are talking about autistic learning, ADHD, basic special children that we're talking about. Physical disability is related to body and function. So there is blindness, there is low vision, there is hearing impairment, and there could be physical, hand-eye movement, or no physical arm. You'll use prosthetic arms for that. And mental disability is keywords you'll remember. Cerebral palsy. It's a brain damage. Individuals will have multiple handicaps. Not only can they not listen, they cannot speak also. They cannot use fine motor skills like cutting with a scissor, or even write. Cerebral palsy is a mental disability. Autism. Autistic people cannot comprehend. Their social skills are very poor. They cannot make eye contact. They are unable to. They are people with uneven skill. Then there is dyslexia. Dyslexia is a learning disability with reading disorder, right? There is, just because you cannot read doesn't mean you are dyslexic. Remember Tare Zameen Par, the Amir Khan movie? Well, this is Darshil, the boy's name. That is dyslexic boy. Or it is dyspraxia. It's a neurological disorder which is to do with hand movement, hand-eye movement. Dyspraxia cannot play football, cannot play cricket. They cannot write. So dyslexia, dyspraxia. Then there is dysgraphia. Dysgraphia is, for example, you cannot write well. Handwriting skill, fine motor skills, small muscles. These are different skills we are talking about. And finally, there is dyscalculia. Dyscalculia is an ability that you cannot use to do arithmetic function. You cannot do basic calculation. You cannot do brain order. We are doing of this problem. Then there is ADHD. What is ADHD? Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder. Well, people who are restless, people who are unattentive, people who can't pay attention, these are the areas you're looking into. And trust me, none of you have these issues. Just because you are not able to concentrate, it's a problem with your restlessness or good sleep. But this is real problem we're talking about. So part one of this chapter is all about understanding a disability. So a person suffering from dyscalculia has difficulty in expressing the views? No, right? Dyscalculia, as in calculated, the word is for mathematical false. Text readers can identify all text written in the book. Well, yes, they can, but false. There's some text they are in the loop. Remember, when you have to do a captcha, you can't read the captcha. A text reader can't read a captcha, or when it is codes, especially when you do password. A person suffering with 40% or above disability is a person with disability, yes. So minimum skill required is 40%. If anything with 40 and more, so 40% vision, that is, minimum you need 40. Anything above 40 is a disability. All hyperactive person are known as disability. Absolutely false. Otherwise, all of you will be known with that. No, not true. Not true. Okay. And we really, really should have empathetic behavior with that. Then dash in a person has uneven skill development. What is this uneven skill development? Well, we are looking at simple autistic person. An autistic person has uneven skill development. This is a keyword you have to remember. ADHD is a person suffering from, well, restlessness, hyperactivity is the answer I'm looking for. A person with dash impairment is unable to hear things. Well, it's simple as speech impairment or hearing impairment. Dash includes assistive, adaptive, and rehabilitative devices for people with disability. What? Assistive technology itself, right? The entire name of the chapter is assistive technology. This is what we learned today. And I'll just stop share now. This is hopefully the best thing I will teach you is a small picture. You should learn this picture. It will really be helpful. So let me see if I can show you the picture. If you're looking at the screen, you see assistive technology is a word given here. And these are what we just discussed are all the disability or disabled, a person may have. Say dementia. Dementia is someone who forgets things. So there is, Gajini, right? Wearable devices there. You have something to remember. A recorder. Autistic, someone who's restlessness. These are the devices. Can you see? Plagia, anything to do with no limb. Quadriplegia, tetraplegia. Then you have, prosthetic legs, prosthetic arms. There are people with diabetes, you have insulin in reminders, as simple as that. There is a hearing device. A lot of people wear something when you hear elderly. We'll talk about braille in education, these wheelchairs. Now they are not just physical manual wheelchairs, but assistive AI controlled wheelchairs. It's a very good technology that will help really people. Some of you can go on and become a part of this technology. This is what we're talking about. So next session we'll do again. We'll talk about some more in detail. But remember, today we learn a lot of dysgraphia, dyscalculia, dyspraxia. Remember this. This is a part of your narrative and your exams. All the best.